This book is called The Emperor's New Clothes, and it was illustrated by Deborah Allwright, so big thank you to Deborah. And reading with us today is kind of a silly guest. Do you see him? No? You don't see him? Well, it is an invisible friend, because this story, well, I don't want to give it all away, but you'll see when we read. So our invisible friend is going to be reading this book with us today. Alright, let's get started. The Emperor's New Clothes. Emperor's New Clothes. Once there was an emperor who was very proud of how he looked. More than anything, he loved new clothes. He bought the finest silk and satin, velvet and lace, and he kept the royal tailors busy day and night making new clothes. So a tailor is somebody who makes clothes. So he kept them very, very busy. They even made matching outfits for the emperor's little dog. The royal closets were overflowing. Oh my goodness, he would match his dog. That's really funny. Every morning, the emperor would admire himself in the mirror and say, "Oh, aren't I the best dressed emperor in the whole wide world?" No matter what they really thought, everyone around him would bow and say, "Yes, your majesty, you are." Look at him. There's his little doggy right there. So they have a big mirror for the emperor and a little mirror for the dog. That is so silly, isn't it? Okay. Every year, the emperor led a royal parade through the city wearing his very best clothes. But one year, he decided that even his best clothes would not do. This year, he told his tailors, "I want to wear an outfit so splendid no one will ever forget it." The tailors worked day and night. Look at them. They look a little bit stressed out. They look worried. They worked day and night making the best clothes they could fashion. They brought the emperor piles and piles of new clothes to try on, but nothing pleased him. Look at him. His face looks a little grumpy. "These clothes are much too ordinary," he said. "I must have something much more magnificent." There they are trying on his doggy's clothes. Doesn't sound like he's being very nice to the tailors, which isn't nice. Okay, the tailors kept trying, but the emperor was still not happy. At last, he told his chief minister, "Find me some new tailors who can make truly magnificent clothes." The chief minister set out at once. As he walked through the marketplace, he overheard two men talking to a very well-dressed couple. "We are the best tailors in the land," the first man was saying. "Yes," the other man agreed. "We make clothes so fine that no one in the whole world has ever seen anything like them." The chief minister rushed over to them. "You must come with me to the emperor's palace," he told the tailors. The chief minister brought the two tailors to the emperor. "Can you make clothes that are truly magnificent?" the emperor asked them. "Oh, yes, your majesty," they replied. "When people see our clothes, they never forget them." Oh, there they are. "What is so special about your clothes?" asked the emperor. "Oh, they are made from a rare and wonderful cloth," the first tailor explained, "and only we know how to weave it." "Ooh, that sounds perfect," exclaimed the emperor. He gave the tailors a bag of gold and promised them more when the clothes were finished. So he hired them for the job. The two tailors were given their own workshop where no one would disturb them. They quickly went to work. A few days later, the chief minister came to see how they were doing. The tailors seemed to be very busy, but the chief minister could not see any cloth. Do you see any cloth on their machine? I don't either. "Our cloth is very fine and delicate," the first tailor explained. "See how it shimmers in the light?" "Only a fool cannot see this beautiful cloth," said the second tailor. The chief minister did not want the tailors to think that he was a fool, so he said, yes, it's very beautiful indeed." The tailors pretended to snip off a piece of cloth, then carefully fold it up. They handed it to the chief minister, who took it straight to the emperor. Oh my goodness. Only a fool cannot see this wonderful cloth, said the chief minister, handing the invisible cloth to the emperor. The emperor did not want anyone to think he was a fool, so he quickly said, "Oh, yes, it is the most beautiful cloth I have ever seen. Give the tailors more money," there's the bag of money, "and tell them to work more quickly," said the emperor. Oh, this is a funny, funny book. A week later, the chief minister went to see the tailors again. They seemed to be hard at work, cutting and pinning their invisible cloth. "What do you think of the cloak we are making?" asked the first tailor. "Oh, only a fool would not be able to see how beautiful this is," said the second tailor. Because he did not want to look like a fool again, the minister replied, "It is the most splendid cloak I have ever seen. I am sure the emperor will be very, very pleased." So look, they're standing there pretending to see this cloth that doesn't even exist. At last, it was the day of the day of the parade had arrived. The emperor eagerly went to his dressing room where the tailors were waiting. Very carefully, the tailors helped the emperor put on his wonderful new clothes. Of course, the emperor could not see any clothes at all, but he didn't want the tailors to think he was a fool. So he said, "Oh, these are the most magnificent clothes I have ever worn." Smiling, he admired himself in the mirror. Oh my goodness, he has no clothes on, and look at the dog. The dog is covering his eyes like, no! He's totally been fooled. Okay, are you guys ready to laugh? This is a funny page. He's naked! Oh my goodness! Wearing nothing at all, the emperor made his way down the grand staircase through the great hall and out to the palace courtyard. Everyone bowed as the emperor passed. No one noticed that he wasn't wearing any clothes. Oh my goodness. This is so funny and silly. All he has on is his crown and socks and shoes. That is ridiculous. The parade made its way through the city. Crowds of people stood in the streets, cheering and clapping, waiting for the emperor to appear. When they saw the emperor at last, they could not believe their eyes. Look at him. He is naked, sitting on his horse. The people began to whisper to one another, but no one had the courage to say anything out loud. See them all whispering? Look at all the people in the crowd. They're not sure what to think about the emperor. They might think he's gone a little crazy. One little boy and his sister made their way to the front of the crowd. As soon as they saw the emperor, they began to laugh and point at him. Uh-oh, he doesn't look very happy, does he? "Look!" they giggled. "The emperor has no clothes on!" And everyone, even the emperor himself, knew that it was true. Look at everybody, they're laughing. It's not very nice, but I mean, it is kind of funny. Filled with shame, the emperor made his way back to the palace and he got dressed. "I have been very foolish," he said to the chief minister. "If my appearance had not been so important to me, I would never have let myself be cheated by those two tailors. I will never be so vain about my clothes again." And he was true to his word, and he was a much happy emperor from that day on. The end. He realized that he put way too much importance on what he was wearing. And so he realized, he learned a very valuable lesson that day. There's the dog saying, "The end." What did you guys think? Did you like that book? And there he is with clothes on. Yay! That was a silly book. I hope you guys liked it. Come back and read soon, okay? Bye!